All right, so next story up. YSAP. Since I'm in a bad mood from that last story. Let me just say that I don't know why anybody is ever shocked with the shit that YSAP says and does anymore. I don't know why, because he is very on brand. He doesn't change. It's always the same type of rhetoric. We know who YSAP is. But yet and still, everybody now is all up in arms about this bloodbath comment that he had. So recently, last Saturday, he was at one of his rallies, and he was talking about the auto industry. And he was talking to the auto, it was like the auto industry, a lot of people that work in the auto industry was in the audience. And he told them that if he was elected, that he was going to put 100% tariff on any vehicles that was coming into the United States to sell. Like, they're not going to be able to sell their stuff here. It's just going to be American cars here. Because I'm trying to figure out what the hell does that mean when you say that you're not going to bring in the new, fuck. People love they Mercedes, they German vehicles, and they Audis, and they Saabs, and they're like, you mean to tell me that you about to stop all these cars from coming in? So maybe he meant something else from it. Okay, half the time I don't know what the fuck he talking about. I don't even know if he knows. But he says, but if he can only do that if he's elected. He says that if he's not elected, then you know what? It's gonna be a bloodbath, and that's the least of it. And I'm just like, what do you mean it's gonna be a bloodbath? It's going to be a bloodbath, and because we can't have the cars brought into the United States. It's going to be a bloodbath because you weren't elected. Like, he just says things. He just says things out of his mouth, and it'd be the most ridiculous foolishness, and people just run with it. Okay? Oh, he said it's going to be a bloodbath. Yes, he is definitely rallying up his troops. Yes, he's getting his base to get in that mindset of another January 6th. Like, why is everybody surprised about this? This nigga says and does exactly what he say he do it. He do it all the time. Like, I just don't get it. So when people be all upset, I just be like, child, and people think it's funny and all of that, and it's not funny. It's not funny. The man is unhinged, and it's just ridiculous that he thrives on power. He loves this attention that he gets. You would even think that these lawsuits that he has would affect him some sort of way, and he still manages to turn those lawsuits around for his good. Like, it's like nothing that man can do will convince certain people that the motherfucker is crazy. Okay, it's nothing, and it is just, I just be like, child, I don't know what else to tell you. He even said that if he wasn't elected, that he can't be sure that this country will have any more elections. What is wrong with him? Like, this country has been running on this same electoral system for hundreds of years, and here he come talking about him single-handedly wiping down the whole system because he wasn't elected. And the crazy thing about it is people actually believe that. People actually believe it. And the scary part is that, is he trying to change up? Like, I feel like if YSAP gets his ass back in that office, that he is going to try to become a dictator, and he will not leave. Okay? We heard people saying that his first term when he was in the office, and people didn't believe it. Okay? Like, what do you mean he's not gonna leave? He's gonna leave. And what happened? The motherfucker wouldn't leave. All right? They had to go and damn near blow up the Capitol to try to get, all this going. No, he would not leave. And it's going to be the same thing over again, but probably on a bigger scale, because once he gets that power, he going to be in there. He already said he got, he knows some people that he want to point out, that he want to get to. And it's just sort of like, he done told y'all this time. First of all, you didn't learn from when he was the damn president, y'all stupid ass president before. Now you going to learn. Okay? I promise you, every week y'all be wanting me to talk about YSAP. I don't know why y'all want me to, because I don't know what else y'all want me to tell you. Okay? Everybody think it's funny. You got all these rappers and shit all saying, going buying his fucking gold shoes. I said, you guys ought to be fucking ashamed of your damn selves. All right? That's all we got to do is put out some tennis shoes for these niggas, and they going to go and let's spray paint them gold. All right, and they damn sure gonna get it. He just gets on my nerves. I can't wait when I talk to my dad this weekend, child. I know my dad gonna have a whole lot to say. Boy, we be on that phone, we be tearing that motherfucker down, honey. We can't stand him. We can't stand him. Okay? But none of that surprising. And I'm gonna need y'all to catch up. The man is crazy. Okay? He fixing to be y'all's stupid ass president once again if you don't get out and vote. Okay? Next story. Oh, listen to this. Grace Jabari. You guys, that name sounds familiar, right? She was the ex-girlfriend of Jonathan Majors, the one that we saw chasing him through New York. But somehow she was the one that was the victim. Baby, you know, we can't write these type of things. But anyway, yeah, Grace Jabari now has decided that she is going to be suing Jonathan Majors in a civil suit. You guys know when you hear civil, that means money, right? Go on and run her cash. Yeah, now she's suing because she said that she has sustained quite a few episodes of domestic violence with Jonathan Majors. Now she's sick of it and it's time for him to pay, okay, financially. And so she detailed one time when they were together and they were arguing and it got physical. He picked her up and slammed her into the car hood. All right. I was like, y'all be arguing and shit outside. Everybody all in y'all business and shit, you know. But anyway, she said that, yeah, so she was bruised up real bad and all this. And I'm just like, so that's what's happening now, you guys. Jonathan Majors has not responded or said anything about this. We've seen Jonathan Majors. He's been out there in all the black spaces now, okay? We've seen him at the NAACP Awards with Megan Good, and we've seen him out with, Megan and out. He just happened to be over at In and Out when the people's fighting across the street at the black school. And, yeah, Jonathan been around, okay? And he's trying to change up that image, but, you know, it's too bad. He's a talented actor, but he ain't gonna be able to outrun this one. I just don't see it happening for him like that no more. Because once you get tainted and once the people, the folks that matter, the one that's the decision makers in New York and Hollywood, once them people decide that you a problem, then you a problem. And you just, we just talked about Nene. It's just like they don't want to be associated. I don't think that they want to be associated with Jonathan Majors anymore. You know, and I think his new image now is just sort of like in your face, like, I don't care, like, I'm out there, you know. Everybody talking about me anyway, so I'm about to be out there, you know. But, yeah, every time I see him and Megan Good together, they don't look bad together as a couple, but it looks weird. Something is strange. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know what I'm supposed to be noticing, but when I look at the two of them, I just be like, well, something just a little off. And, you know, but they seem to be happy together, honey. Megan is hanging on in there. Y'all saw her on the red carpet with them painted on eyebrows. I said, girl, now what happened? Why your eyebrows so shiny? What's happening? What's happening? Okay. She's a beautiful girl. But something is just, when I look at the two of them, I don't know what to make of it. But anyway, you guys, people are walking by here and looking at my car like, what is she doing in the back seat? Now that I'm back at the office, you know, people are not used to me being out here. It's a whole new crew of people. All the old folks used to know, but these folks don't know. But anyway, yeah, y'all, she say she's suing. We still don't know what his, he hasn't been sentenced. His sentencing is coming up, so we still trying to deal with the last part of his case. But now she got this, and she said she wants some money. And something tell me she gonna get some of it. Okay, they probably gonna settle before it goes too far, because if he's trying to get back out there and working, he don't need no fucking domestic violence civil suit going around, floating around in the background. He needs to try to make this as quiet as he can, get that lady some money and go on about his business. Okay. Oh, child, I tell you the truth. Next story. All right, you guys. Drake Bell. You guys remember him from Josh and Drake? Josh and Drake. It was a Nickelodeon show. My kids used to watch it back in the day. Well, apparently he is a part of a new docuseries that has, I'm not sure if it's on Hulu, but it's called Quiet on the Set, and it says The Dark Side of Kids TV. Now, you guys know, like I know, that people have been saying for years and years and years, there's a whole bunch of shit that be going down, you know, with these child actors that have been placed in the care of a network or a certain crew member or even a cast person. But we have seen many kids fall through the cracks. These some big old cracks. These ain't little cracks. These are big cracks. It seems like it's been very obvious in that whole child acting industry. But we, time and time again, we hear about these stories about these kids getting abused sexually. Okay. Now, Drake Bell, back in 2004, apparently, well, back when he was on Drake and Josh, he had a dialogue coach. His name was Brian Peck. His name is Brian Peck. And he said in this docuseries that Brian Peck had single-handedly worked to get in between the relationship with him and his father, alienated his father. Apparently his mom didn't have it all together and, you know, was struggling or whatever. And so she put a lot of trust into this Brian Peck guy to the point where Drake was living with him and, you know, all of that. And we have heard stories like this time and time again, you guys. But, he said basically that he was being molested because he wasn't an adult. He was living with this man and this man was having sex with him. And so apparently, somehow, I didn't watch the documentary. I just saw the clip, so I don't know. But apparently they found out, or somebody said something, and Brian Peck ended up getting convicted and went to jail. He went to jail for 16 months. And then he got out and he had to file as a sex offender and he's gone on about his life. Okay. There was a John Doe who was the kid that was affected in that case. And that turned out to be Drake Bell. All right. So now he's coming out and he's saying all the stuff that happened with that. And, yeah, it's super unfortunate. I just don't know as a parent, how, like, you know, when you can just look at how the child actors' careers have come and gone. Well, the ones that have stuck around, like you can look at your Tia and Tamara, you can look at Regina King, you can look at Kim Fields and her sister Chipper. You can look at some child actors and wonder, why is it that they made it out okay? And then you've got all these other kids that fell through the cracks, like I said. And I think that most of those reasons is because they all had mothers who was very hands-on, who did not allow their children to go out and just be with part of the cast or the producer. Oh, I got them, you know, and then they ain't paying no attention to the damn producer on drugs or doing whatever the hell they doing themselves, you know. But they had mothers who became their managers and made sure that none of that shit happened to their kids. Even Brandy, you can think of Brandy. There's some kid, you know, and Ray J, and there's some kids that you can think of that had mothers that had strong hands and made sure that their kids weren't fucked up. And I think that that's a big part of it, because in a lot of these stories that you hear, you be asking, like, where are the parents? Where are the parents? Even when we think about that shit that happened with Tiffany Haddish and oh boy, the Aries Spears guy. And those kids that ended up suing them, you know, they ended up having to pay off and all of that. It's just like, you cannot turn your kids over to these people anymore, because even though you might think that they have their best interests at heart, the only way you gonna know that the best is if your ass is there. Okay. And, you know, I'm not even saying that it's the fault of the parent because they think that they can trust it. But at the end of the day, you know, you just can't leave your children you can't lead the people to Hollywood, you know. And I don't know if it's even a case of the parent not necessarily turning a blind eye, but just not paying attention, because that money coming in, the money good. All right. So the kid is out there working, they out there doing that. And these kids could even be so mixed up that they might think that they like that. You know, they may think that that's because that happens a lot with children who are sexually assaulted, sexually abused, that their head gets so fucked up from all of the things that happen that they actually might start thinking that they in a relationship with somebody, or that they, you know, that that's their person, or it goes so deep. And it's very, very sad. And again, it's not surprising because we have seen it and we have heard it and people have said it time and time again. And I think it's disgusting and I think it's sickening. And those kind of people like your Brian Pecks need to be blasted all the time, every single time, because even though Drake Bell is now speaking out about it, and this man was a dialogue coach, which meant that he worked with a lot of children, which means that there probably were a lot of kids that he did that to. Okay. This one is just the one that he got caught for. But that could have been happening a lot. And yeah, that just should not be able to happen. It just should not happen. They need to do something about this whole child acting industry. I mean, I don't know if it happens as much now. Now we're starting to hear stories about all of the kids from the 90s and the early 2000s. Okay. So, you know, now maybe now the industry protects children a little bit better. But back in the 90s and 2000, I mean, honey, these kids is, you know, now everybody 30, 40 years old and everybody is fucked up. Everybody done had something that happened and all that. And, you know, people that we done looked at, trusted. What was old boy from Parenthood? Not Parenthood. What was the name of that show? Seventh Heaven or whatever it was. You guys know what show I'm talking about. Like, he was the father, loved dad and all. I never watched the show. But he was one of them people. And then turns out that he was messing with the kids and child, no. So, you know, my heart goes out to Drake. I'm sure that he's done the work, or he's doing the work to try to make sure that he's okay, because I'm sure that fucks you up. That messes your head up for a long time, if not forever, you know. And it's a special place in hell for people that molest and sexually assault and even touch, even have any kind of improper ideas and thoughts about these kids. Okay, it's just, we don't tolerate that here. All right. So that Brian Peck, now that he's been blasted, I know he's a sexual he's an offender and he's on the list, but you know how many times do you look at a list? So you wouldn't know, but now folks know. And you stay asked to keep the kids away from Brian Peck. You know, hopefully Drake Bell will, you know, that he's gonna be better. Just maybe this is cathartic for him, just to just be able to tell people his story, you guys. But yeah, sickening, just awful. Next story. All right, you guys, so everybody wants me to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac, the reunion looks. You guys know I saved that for the reunion. We're not doing that early. But I will tell you that I did see the pictures. And Bondi, I did see your comment when you said that it was witchy poo. And I could see exactly. Now, I do really like the black. I do like the black, but yes, some of the designs of those dresses were quite harsh and did give me the witchy poo. You know, just the sharpness of all of the different things. But, you know, that might not be a bad situation. Some looks I liked better than others. And so I can tell you who I loved and who I didn't love. The outfits that I did now it is clear that Giselle has a new stylist and that stylist is working for her. Giselle also body looks good. Okay, I don't know if she didn't had any twinks and dinks on it, but that body looking good. She looked great. Okay, head to toe. I didn't have a problem with none of it. All right, so Giselle was good. Wendy, wasn't a fan of Wendy's dress. I just, you know, Wendy, it just be always a whole lot. Like, Wendy wears a lot of, she'd be very ornate, okay? And that's not, I just didn't really like that dress, which is surprising because Wendy has been looking good this season. And even on her Instagram, she looks great. But reunion looks for Wendy, for some reason, they don't never quite hit for me. So Wendy is a no. Ashley's dress, I did like Ashley's dress. But then when I saw it a little bit closer, I was just like, I'm not really sure about this lace situation. We'll discuss that further when I can really look at it good at the reunion. Robin's the same. Like, I looked at Robin and I was like, okay, Robin, that's good. I think this is the best she's looked in the face and the hair, at least. Well, she just had a bob. She could have probably did more, but she probably be like, y'all be mad when I do more. And you remember that time she had that leopard shit in her head? I said, girl, who told you to do that shit? But I was fine with the bob. I mean, it was boring, but it was fine. But I couldn't understand at the bottom. Was it pants or was it like a dress? Or, you know, did she have on tights? Or the boots that came? I don't know. So I need to see Robin's closer too. Candace, I didn't like Candace's. NECA's was very simple, understated, and actually I love that for her because, you know, she's new and maybe you don't need to be out there doing way too much. You know, it was a little cutout situation, the titty grip here and then something else open and then this over here. So I liked that. And then Mia, I was okay with Mia's. I liked Mia's. I don't even really remember what Mia's looked like. But it wasn't something that I was just like, So I think I was just indifferent to Mia's. But Karen's. Now, what I will say about Karen is Karen looks great. Honey, Karen looks great. Okay, body right. She done got that makeup together, you know, and it didn't look all that severe or anything. I don't know how I feel about the hair because one of the reasons why I've never worn a short hair wig is because it looked like a wig to me. Okay. And even though this looked like a wig, I mean, you know, it's a wig. That's what it is. But Karen's wig looked like a wig. If you understand what I'm saying. So I was just like, I don't know. But what I will say for Karen is Karen will take the risk. Her stylist, they know her body and they put her in fine things. Okay. This dress, I think I liked it better when I saw the picture of it on the model. It just looked, it looked like I am Groot. This right here kind of reminded me of Groot. You know, his hair, how his hair go like that. It was like this, like this. And that silver, it was just weird to me. I don't like it. The bottom part I actually liked. I love seeing her legs. She has beautiful legs. I have always been a leg person. Like when I see somebody with legs, I'll be like, oh girl, your legs are so nice. You know, so she looked, this part I liked. It was just that silver and all that. And then with the hair, it was like too much for my senses. I still can't tell you whether like I like it or not, but something is telling me that I'm leaning towards not liking that look. Okay. But again, I'll see it again on the reunion, but I think that all the ladies did step it up this season. Like, I think that everybody collectively looked good. Yeah, I think that overall, this was a good reunion look for all of them. But yeah, like I said, certain things, like if Wendy could have got rid of that necklace, I think I would have liked it a little bit better. I was fine with her hair. I thought her hair looked very, very pretty. And her makeup was nice and all, but it was just this was too much. And whatever she had going on back here. So, yeah, but we'll talk about it more, you guys. But I'd like to say that for the reunion, y'all be wanting to jump ahead. Roxanne, can you review the trailer? Well, I got to review the trailer. We can't just wait till the show come on. You know, it's just like, oh, everybody can't wait for nothing. Y'all gonna wait on this one. Shit. Next topic. Okay, they say that Lamar Odom and Caitlyn Jenner are starting up a new podcast together. Okay, you guys know that Lamar Odom was a NBA basketball player, all-star, you know, went to the Olympics winner, very celebrated NBA player. And you guys know Caitlyn Jenner, formerly, before he transitioned over, was Bruce Jenner, who was in track and field and an Olympic winner and all himself. So himself, I'm saying himself when she was Bruce Jenner. Okay. And not that it matters. Like, I got to be so politically correct, you guys. And not that it matters, but I'm just trying to explain to you guys when Bruce Jenner was before they transitioned over. Okay, because I don't need it today. Y'all don't need it today. But anyway, them two are going to start up a podcast. They have a co-host that they're going to be working with. But it's called Keeping Up with Sports. And obviously that is a play on words from Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And I guess they've decided to monopolize and capitalize on the whole idea. So they're doing, I actually think that's a good idea, because they both have two very different experiences, obviously. Yeah, I think that it'll be a pretty cool show. Their very first guest is going to be Sugar Ray Leonard. And, you know, we expect him to tell us about his life as a boxer and probably outside of the ring as well. But they're not going to just have sports people. They're going to have all types of people, because I think I saw Amber Rose was on the list. And what's the guy that used to be on Jackass? Jacko or something like that. He's on the list. And there's a lot of people that's going to be on the list to go up there and speak with them. And so we'll just have to wait and see, honey. Everybody has a podcast. I'm just like, why not? Shit, you might as well, because everybody you see is podcast, you know. Even Don Lemon's new podcast that I haven't been able to, I think it ran already. He had that whole mix up with Elon Musk. And then, you know, in a strange turn of events, they had Don Lemon on Aaron Burkett's show. Is that her name? Or Aaron Burnett's show. And on CNN, and he was fired from CNN. I was like, make it make sense. Like, really? You got this man on here? I was like, Don is winning all the ways around. He gets to promote his new show from his old fucking boss that fired him. I mean, if that ain't a case of we still need you, I know something, you know. And I mean, and Don might not even have any hard feelings. I mean, hell, they 27.5 million in his pocket. I guess he probably was like, bitch, you can not like me and fire me all you want. Okay. So, you know, that was a pretty funny thing to see him on that show. But anyway, yeah, podcast, everybody has a podcast now. Even Don said it, you know, people not even looking, everybody is walking by. I got to get out this car. People not looking at folks on TV and, you know, anymore. Everything is digital. Everything is online and all that. So Don is a part of this new wave. And yeah, he fell out with Elon. It was like, what did you think was going to happen? Because Elon Musk is ridiculous. Okay. And I guess it couldn't happen until you sat down and talked to him. Hell, we ain't even talked to the nigga. And we already knew he was ridiculous. So there's that, you guys. But yeah, getting back to keeping up with sports. Will you guys be watching? And then lastly, you guys, Nicki Minaj said that she woke up the other day and she felt like she had COVID. The doctors ran their test and she did not have COVID, so she probably just has a very bad cold or the flu, or one of these other strands of shit that's floating around in the air. They keep on telling us COVID is gone, and I was just like, COVID is not gone. COVID is ignored. But when you go to the hospital, even the damn hospital staff is mad about it. They keep on saying COVID gone. COVID ain't gone. You still need to wear your mask in certain situations. You still need to be safe, this, that, and the other. But the government is just like, fuck it, we ain't talking about that shit no more. Okay? Now, when we have another wave of everybody dying left and right like we was having all that time, you know, maybe they'll feel differently. But, yeah, COVID is still out there. You guys be careful. Anyway, she said that she thought she had it. She doesn't have it, but she's really sick. So because she was supposed to perform that day in New Orleans, the doctor ordered that she cannot perform. So she is off. Now, they ain't giving no money back. They said that they are going to reschedule the date. You know, she definitely is going to still do the performance out there. So everybody who was waiting on bated breath for Nicki and her folks, because Monica's traveling with her, right? Did she ever get Cat Williams? Because she was trying to get Cat Williams on the tour too. But I know that she should have tried to get Monique. I bet you Monique would have did it. But you know, Nicki and women, honey, she can't mix too much with them. Can't do too much with the women's out there. Yeah, she said she gonna come on back. She just got to get better. So, you know, hopefully she feels better. And if you're in New Orleans and was looking forward to seeing Miss Nicki Minaj up there, well, you're just gonna have to wait a little longer. But she coming, y'all. She coming. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is me. Way later, after I did my video and everything, and then I remembered that Joe had asked me to do a shout out to one of his co-teachers. Her name is Tiffany. Today is actually her birthday, which is March 20th. So I just wanted to make sure that I put that in here. Happy birthday to you, Tiffany. He told me that you watch and that you always are concerned with everything that's been going on and all. And I really, really appreciate you. Y'all make sure y'all take care of my boy down there. Y'all know he's young, but he is ambitious and he's smart and he's a good kid. And I love him. And, you know, so y'all make sure y'all keep Joe in your in your bosom. Anyway, while I'm also giving my shout out, I hadn't planned on doing this because I feel like I've just been talking about people being dead and all this so much, but I just cannot let you guys know that today is also my oldest brother's birthday, Wayne, who passed back in 2012. It would have been he would have been somewhere around, he was 14 years older than me. So he would have been 67. And yeah, I miss him dearly. It's just, yeah, it's just really, I just can't believe he's not here. And you know, the fact that I'm in Atlanta and I can just set it in my mind that I'm away and that my brother is still there with his wife and family, you know, my sister-in-law, my niece and nephews and all, now grandkids that he never was able to meet. But I just, in my mind, I just kind of almost am in denial and just think that he's still there, and it makes things a little bit easier for me. So, you know, I know, I hadn't planned on mentioning it today because I just was like, Roxanne, if you come on here one more time about somebody sad or something, I mean, but it's a happy occasion. It's his birthday. So I would like to think that he's up there celebrating with my mom and all my other family members and all his friends and everybody. So happy birthday, happy heavenly birthday to you, Wayne, as well. All right, you guys, that is it. I'm gonna get off of here. I've been out here so long and I want to go get me something to eat, just like a nigga child. I guess I better go back in the office. We do this every single week, you guys. So make sure that you thumbs up the video and make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.